Hi everyone, my name is Lee. This is our backyard garden, and today I'm bringing to you a botanical interest seed haul. So yeah, you guys, I took advantage of the 40% off sale over the weekend. Actually, I placed the order on the 21st, which was last Sunday. They started processing it on the 22nd. It was in the mail by the 24th, and I just received it today. If it was not a bank holiday weekend here in the United States, I would have had the order yesterday. But I'm so excited to show you what I got. I saved some money at 40% off, and the good news is not only did I buy things for the advanced garden, but I bought things that I can start sowing now. So let's sit down and open up our box. We'll do a seed unboxing. I'll tell you what I bought, why I bought it, and how much I paid for it, because I got some really great prices. So today I'm actually going to be going around and sowing some of these seeds because I got lucky. I saved a few bucks and I got seeds that are ready to go in the ground now. So it's another really beautiful day here in New Jersey, you guys. I'm sitting out here in the patio. I'm getting ready to open up this box with you. So I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I mean, I had an absolutely gorgeous weekend here in New Jersey. The weather was beautiful. We worked and worked on projects. For those of you who have been following along, I hope you guys all had a really great weekend too and had the same great weather. So I'm so excited to open this box with you today. And for those of you who have never ordered from Botanical Interest before, they are a really beautiful company. They always send you a lovely box, and when you actually open the box, you'll see that they place a nice little paper tissue in here that just encourages you. Happy growing. Their packaging is always beautiful. And so far, for every order that I've placed through them, I always get a free gift. And today's free gift that says thank you is from mesclun. Now, this mesclun is basically a mix of lettuces. They're usually leafy lettuces where you harvest them through the cut and come again method. You're not really going to find heading lettuces in this pack, but you can sow it in rows or you can sow it in a big cluster. And I'll tell you, this wonderful packet here I have received before, and it was one of the types of seeds that actually encouraged me to grow varieties of different lettuces. So now I think I have almost 30 varieties of lettuce in my garden that I grow twice a year. They stay around for a very long time, so I'm able to go back and I can attach the link for the latest video that we did for you where we were harvesting lettuce, and I make the most beautiful artistic salad. So if you go back to that video, please make sure you watch and wait and see what the salad actually looks like. And it's made up of most of the lettuces that you'll find in a pack of seeds like this. So I love getting thank yous like this. In the past, I've also received sunflowers from them and some other annual flowers. So I always look forward to this free gift from Botanical Interest when I place an order with them. They also pack a little seed starting guide for you, and it's full of all sorts of information in here. You know, the one thing about, it's not just one thing, it's many things about Botanical Interest as a seed provider. They are very thorough in sending you information, pictures of and renderings of what little seedlings look like as they start, and I love their packaging. I see it and it's so beautiful. It encourages me to want to be a gardener, and I'm thrilled with every package I get with all of its beautiful, colorful illustrations. So today I placed a variety of, or an order for a variety of seeds, and you can see, oh my goodness. I'll get through this very quickly, I promise. Again, because it was 40% off. And I want to take this opportunity to tell you how much I actually paid for these packets. Because, you know, there is shipping and handling with Botanical Interest, unless you have a code that you can use. If you spend over $50, you can get free shipping with that code. But I used the code for 40% off, and then actually I didn't need a code for 40% off. It just was 40% off of selected seeds, but I got another 10% off for signing up for the emails, which I thought I had already signed up for. So I was pleased to see that they were going to offer me another 10%. So I'm going to start with the Cosmos. Now, I grow Cosmos every year all over the garden. What did I pay for this Seashells Blend Cosmos? $1.19. You're not even going to find seeds at Walmart that are this quality and this quantity. There are tons and tons of seeds in here. It's packaged for 2023, sell by the end of the year, but this seed doesn't expire. Cosmos seed, when you grow Cosmos, it stays in the garden forever and ever. So Cosmos self-sows, and it will just hold through the freezing temperatures and bad weather, and it will just show up next year. So if you have some seeds left from a package that you buy now, you're going to want to hold on to it, because you can sow this over and over, as well as harvesting seeds from the new flowers that you grow this year. Again, it's recommended that you start this after your frost, when temperatures are at least 60 degrees, and it takes 5 to 10 days to germinate. Now, I'm telling you that as a fact because I have these seeds all over the garden, and I'm going to be taking you back in just a moment to show you what they look like. And remember, you can see how this gives you an idea of what the seedling looks like. Now, because my seedlings in the garden are actually at this stage, you'll be able to see how accurate this rendering is. The pollinators love these flowers. They're colorful mixed varieties. They look beautiful in the garden, and it's so important that you have flowers growing around your vegetables. I want you to remember that most of these varieties of vegetables and fruits that we're growing in our seasonal gardens need to be pollinated. Some don't. There are some open air pollinated vegetables that we grow that just grow on their own. But there are some things that need to be visited over and over and over again as a blossom in order to be pollinated properly. Like most cucumbers, they need to be visited by a bee or a pollinator, or a butterfly, whatever's pollinating, dozens of times to the same blossom just to be pollinated properly so that it produces a beautiful even fruit. And if you've ever seen, we'll say, a cucumber that is maybe misshapen or has a weird hook in it, half of it is fatter than the other, it was not fully pollinated. So you want to make sure that you're offering the pollinators plenty of food and attractive, bright, colorful flowers so that they'll be attracted to the cucumbers blossoms and the tomatoes blossoms and whatever it is, the zucchini. You want it to be visited over and over again so it gets proper germination and pollination as it's growing. So I highly encourage that you try Cosmos in the garden. You really won't regret it. I'm trying a new variety of marigold. Now, I can attach the video for the marigolds that we did recently. I really don't need any more marigolds. I don't have this variety, I don't think. I might. There's a hummingbird right now, which is another thing. I'll get to that later. Oh my goodness, we have all kinds of birds this year. I may have these mixed in somewhere along the line. They look slightly different, but I don't care because this marigold cost me $1.19. And the beautiful thing about this, after it grows and throws its own seed, I'll have this forever. I'll never have to buy it again. So I'm pretty excited about that. Another thing that I'm growing plenty of this year are different varieties of zinnias. I got 2 of the California Giants because these are very satisfying and instant gratification. You get emergence in 3 to 10 days in a sunny garden. And again, the back always gives you information on when to sow it, what your seedling is going to look like in case you're planting this where you're like doing a mass sowing and you really, like me, I'm very squirrely. I forget what I planted. So I can look at a seedling and say, I'm not really sure if that's a weed. Now there are different photo and seedling identifiers that you can use on your smartphone now, but it's helpful to also learn as you're working in your garden and you go back and you see seedlings popping up. As an experienced gardener, you get to remember what the seedling looks like as it emerges, and you'll be less likely to pull it out confusing it for a weed. So the botanical interest packaging really helps you to understand what it is that you'll be seeing when it pops out of the ground. And look at these colors. Oh gosh, I just cannot wait to see these growing in the garden this year, again, because it only takes 3 to 10 days for it to emerge, and you'll see these guys popping up very, very quickly. Another one that I'm trying, which is going to be new, is this Peruvian blend, and I like it because it's tall, and it says that it has petite single blooms in soft red and golden yellow, and the hummingbirds love red and gold flowers. Now, sidebar, we already planted a Mexican sunflower plant, so we know we're going to have a ton of hummingbirds this year. And I can't wait to see this. What I also love is that this Southwest species is heat and drought tolerant. And the bad news is, you guys, we're entering another drought here in New Jersey. We haven't had rain in more than a week. They're not projecting rain for at least 5 to 7 more days here. Our lawns are turning brown again. It's very, very sad. I'm watering daily because it's very, very dry. So, you know, we have to do what we have to do. So they are the flowers that I ordered, and now I'm going to, oh, actually I ordered one more, and I don't want to miss this because this is growing in the garden as well. Borage. I've gone over this before. Borage is a must-have in the garden. It's a multitasking flower. It attracts, it repels, you can eat it, it's an edible flower, it looks beautiful. This blue borage is truly blue. It's not an overly like a flower where you can see from far away. It's not like a loud flower. It just kind of sits quietly mixed in with everything else, and then you'll peek through your flower bed. And again, we plant these in with our tomatoes. And all of a sudden, you'll just see this blue cluster of flowers, and oh, the butterflies absolutely love this. It attracts so many pollinators. It's wonderful in the garden, so I highly recommend borage. I also have a white variety that's growing back there as well. Now, how much did I pay for the borage? I almost forgot to tell you already. Borage was $1.19. The California Giants were $1.37 a piece, and I bought 2 of those. And the Peruvian blend was $1.61. They are excellent prices. Please trust that a person who buys a tremendous amount of seeds to a point where I need intervention, I can tell you that was a really great price. Now I'm going to move on to vegetables. This seed I buy over and over. I plant the atomic red carrot twice a year, in spring and in fall. It never disappoints. It's a beautiful, tender carrot that grows easy. Again, all of its instructions are on the back. So this is a staple in our household. And the atomic red carrot I paid $1.79 for. And you will get your money's worth out of this packet. You know, some people have a hard time sowing carrots and actually getting carrots to produce. I found, for me, a quick and easy tip is that you just keep them evenly moist and don't sow them on a windy day or a day where you're going to have too much rain, because they will dislodge and get washed away. So it's important that you know when to sow your carrots so they don't blow into the wind. I also bought the, I'm sorry, it's a little breezy here today. The Cosmic Purple. How much did I pay for Cosmic Purple? $1.61. Again, this is a beautiful carrot that's multicolored. When you cut into it, it's yellow in the center. Really, really gorgeous. Again, an easy to grow carrot that I will buy over and over. Last year, we grew a ton of turnips and rutabagas, and I can attach that video for you. So on this order, I got 2 more packets of the American Purple Top. Now, I already have several packets of this in the house, but I am going to be sowing these seeds in mass rows this year because they grew so easy. They were so delicious, or rutabagas and turnips, I should say. Both of these things I have in the house in several packets already. But the rutabaga was, let's see, the rutabaga was $1.19. And the turnip was $1.37 a pack, you guys. Again, all the information on the back. It tells you when to sow it, how long it takes to germinate. how long it takes to grow before you harvest it. Rutabagas and turnips I actually like more than potatoes. Now, we eat very simple food. We don't use dressings and sauces or things like that. We're salt and pepper people. We are vegetarian. And I've grown to like both of these things much more than white potatoes. So these have now replaced that in the household. Another thing that I grow in mass quantity that is for the future garden is daikon. We grow this best in the fall into the winter. That's when it really does best. Now, you can try to start this if your ground is workable in the late winter so that you can get it by spring. It gets very pithy and tough, and sometimes it will just bolt. So I've just been waiting and only really working with my daikon once a year. But I sowed this in the fall, and we have a video I can attach. And I don't know, I must have harvested 30 daikon radishes. It lasted me all through winter, and I didn't have to buy it. We eat daikon radish raw in our salad every single day. It holds up very, very well after you harvest it. It's a matter of simply washing it, cutting the top off so that there's no greens from their tops here. This is what will kill you when you're trying to store, is when you have carrot tops, parsnips, radishes, anything like that you take out as a root. You want to make sure you take their tops off so that you're storing the root, a clean root, in the refrigerator. And it literally holds for months and months. Another thing I bought for the advanced garden is more radishes. This is one of my favorite blends of radishes. They grow super easy. Out of this packet, the pink and the purple are some of my favorites. And you can buy all of these as individual radishes. Like the white is usually the Hales. I forget what the name of the pink is, but the purple one is usually called a purple plum radish. They are always tender and beautiful. They germinate quickly. And you can harvest them very, very quickly. This is one of my favorites. And before the end of the video, I'll show you a big bag that I've been harvesting over the last few days. I'll have radishes for several months. So I highly recommend this. And again, I almost forgot to tell you how much I paid for them. But the daikon radish that I showed you, this one here, this is spicy. By the way, sidebar, this is super good for your metabolism. If you don't know what daikon is, you can buy this in a Whole Foods grade store, Wegmans, someplace that sells a lot of Asian food. Daikon radish is super good for your metabolism. It's high in niacin, does wonderful things for your metabolism. So the daikon radish was $1.49. When you buy daikon at the store, though, it's usually in our area, at our Wegmans I buy it, it's $1.99 a pound. It may even be $2.99 a pound. I'm going to say $1.99 a pound, though. One daikon radish will be $2-3 at least just for one, because they grow very, very long and they're very, very heavy. So at $1.49 for a whole pack, you're going to get dozens of them. It's so worth it. The Easter egg at radish came to $1.49. Now, I think radishes here are $2.89 for a very small bunch at Wegmans that are fresh, not in a bag. They still have all their tops on them and their roots. Radishes are very, very expensive. So to buy a pack of seeds, you get dozens of seeds from these, or dozens of radishes. It's so worth it. $1.49, you can't beat it. So what else did I buy that is for the future garden? I'm very excited to say I bought a sweet banana pepper. Why I have not been growing these, I'm not really sure. Probably because I really don't have a whole lot of room left. Now, these you can, they say, sow outside for mild climates and 2 to 4 weeks after your average last frost date. So we're within that time. So they want soil temperatures to be at least 70 degrees. All peppers like warm temperatures. So, you know, I probably won't see this for very long in the garden. I might, if I sow it, direct sow it now, I might get a pepper plant where I'll get 1 or 2 peppers off of it by the end of the season. But because there's so many seeds in here, I'm going to go ahead and direct sow them. Now for this, I paid sweet banana $1.61. Peppers in the store, you're not going to get a single pepper for $1.61. It's worth it to buy this, you guys. I bought another package of Jimmy Nardellos. This was also $1.61. I already have plenty of these, but because peppers and everything else, you know, they don't expire. This is a wonderful grower. I have, I think, 5 of them growing in the garden now. So this is well worth it. We also recently did a spinach video. So out of all of the spinach varieties, I'm going to go ahead and attach that video for you. I was so happy I did it the way that I did, where I lined them all up in our new raised bed garden so I could almost see a comparison, which I've never grown spinach like this before. It was the best thing I ever did, because for years I've been growing Bloomsdale longstanding and I've been having problems with it bolting. Sometimes it doesn't show up at all lately. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's because our climate is changing and our backyard is very, very warm. But much to my surprise, I went ahead and picked up this oceanside spinach from Botanical Interest in a store called Sprouts, where they have like a turnstile stand where they sell these and you can buy them in the store. And I saw this and I thought, all right, I'm going to give this a try. It's supposedly, you know, frost tolerant, great for spring and summer. So I thought, this is a new variety. Turns out it was the best thing I ever did. This spinach grew better than any other spinach. It has not bolted yet. It is dying back now because it is very, very warm here. But I liked it so much that I bought several packets that I'm going to go ahead and sow. And I'll start eliminating all of the other varieties I have. Now, I won't throw them away. I'll still continue growing those spinaches until they're all gone. We don't waste anything here. But from going forward, the Oceanside will replace Bloomsdale longstanding for me. And one more, last but not least, this Vivian lettuce was on sale for, this is organic, 89 cents. Now, I don't know why this is on sale for 89 cents, especially being organic. Now, this is a heading lettuce, so this is going to grow a lot like the Paris Island cause, which we have very, very great luck with here. So I saw this and I thought I'm going to go ahead and buy it. This packet sows up to 152 feet of heads. So this will be in our future garden for the fall lettuce season, which I'll be separating. I'm going to do all my cut and come again method for leafy greens and all my red lettuces in the green stalk, and then I'm going to do rows and rows of heading lettuces in the back. So that was 89 cents. And did I miss telling you something else that I was just yapping about? Oh, the spinach. The spinach was on sale for $1.79 a pack. And I buy 1 pound containers and I pay $4.50, sometimes $5.50 for a 1 pound container at Costco. And I buy 4 pounds a week, every single week, because we eat spinach 7 days a week. So I want to take a quick walk with you before I let you go and show you some of the things that are growing in the garden that I have in this packet already, or in this box, so you can see how well it's doing and what it looks like. So let's go for a walk through the backyard garden. So here's what's left of my spinach bed that I sowed several weeks ago, and I did a video for it. You can see it's bolting, which means it's gone to seed. If any of you are interested in trying spinach, when it gets to this point, you really can't eat it. And this is all different varieties that, you know, I'm learning now, even though I've been growing spinach for years, that these varieties are not really the best. But this Oceanside is the first time. Look how beautiful. It's still producing baby spinach leaves that are still tender and edible, and it's not bolting. Oceanside, you guys, give it a try. So now remember I showed you the back of the Cosmos package, and look, this looks exactly like the illustration on the Cosmos seed pack. So now I have at least 5 or 6 different types of Cosmos grown, so I don't know exactly which one this is. I don't remember, but I know for certain that it's Cosmos. And I know for certain that this is borage. So you can see just how exact it is, and what it looks like as it's growing. So once you get to know what your seedlings look like, you'll have an idea. You know, it's like, I don't know which one of these is blue and which one is white, but I know for certain that they are both borage. And this is from another video, but this is buckwheat seedlings. I just sowed these like 2 weeks ago. I don't know. But this one here is also a buckwheat that's self-sowed, and you can see how beautiful that's doing. Now I've come back in the house real quickly to show you what some of these radishes look like. Now, this here is a pink radish from the Easter egg blend. This is a purple plum from the Easter egg blend. And some of these are French breakfast radishes, but this is just one of the bags this is a giant 1 gallon freezer bag, storage bag, is full of radishes. So you can see how beautiful and easy they are to grow. And again, you just clean them up and they store well in the refrigerator. Now, that was this week's seed haul. The scary thing, you guys, I sat back down Sunday morning over coffee and I placed an order. I don't know, I think it came to another $58. So I have a whole load of more seeds that are not duplicates of what I just showed you. So if you want to see that seed haul as well, you'll want to stay tuned and consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you never miss those videos. And thanks for spending your time with me. I sure hope we'll see you back here again, you guys. See you in the next video.